Alright, so we're gonna do something interesting in this video. I'm working with the footage from raw film, fantastic stock footage. Make sure to check them out. I'm gonna put a link in the description. And thanks to them, I have a couple of clips from their platform that we're going to be working today. And what I want to do in this video, I always show the color grading part of it. But in today's episode, I want to do editing first, and then we're going to do color grading as you would working in the real project. I prepared a couple things over here, and we're gonna go over them in a second. So first of all, I have two shots, 1 and 2 shots, not too much, but we're gonna make sense of those shots anyways. I have a little bit of sound and I have music. So this is kind of standard situation where you don't have much to work with and you kind of have to make it work, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop those shots on the timeline to create basically our timeline going. And we have shot of the nurse putting a mask, and we have surgery going on. So as you can see, there's no music or anything like that, and I need to make sense out of that. So we're gonna do a little bit of editing before we start color grading. Okay, so my first shot, we have nurse approaching, puts a mask on, and just like that, we can kind of cut in here. So this is going to be our first shot. Okay, I'm gonna move this away. Now we have surgery going on. Okay, just like this. I'm gonna cut it over here, and then we can probably resume over here. So I'm gonna cut this little middle part. So, what we got? We got surgery going on, then the nurse looks, and then we have continuous surgery. So let's play it back. Okay, so da-da-da-da-da. She puts the mask. Okay. I feel like it needs to be a little bit longer. Okay, right before she blinks. Okay. Then we have surgery going on. She keeps doing her thing. A little bit too long, so let's cut this one. And then we have continuous surgery. Okay, so again, let's play it back. Okay, like that, perfect. Okay, surgery, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, she's doing her thing. And, alright, so that looks great. So, first step of editing, I'm going to add a little bit of music. Okay, I downloaded this from the YouTube. It says free of charge for the license. So, I'm going to put a link in the description so you guys can see who the artist is. Okay, so let's hear all together. Okay, not too bad, but I feel like it doesn't flow too good. So why don't we start from here? Okay, move this bad boy like that, and let's see. Okay. Alright, I love it except this part. So I'm gonna cut this part right here. And let's hear over here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna combine those guys together. Okay, I'm gonna move it around. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, not too bad. To blend everything together, I'm gonna use cross fade for the audio. Okay, just like this. Let's listen the whole thing. Okay, we can probably stretch it even more. Let's see. Okay, not too bad. It works. So I'm gonna delete the rest. We don't need the rest of it. Okay, let me save really quick. Alright, so now I'm gonna select everything and I'm gonna dim the volume a little bit because I think it's a little bit too much. Okay, like this, and it's perfect. Alright, not too bad. So let's start adding sounds to it. I have a few sounds from the library that I have, and what we can do first, I want to do a little bit of ambience, and I'm gonna drop this one right over here, so we kind of start from the middle. Let's listen. Okay, it's perfect, so I'm gonna cut it. Okay, delete the rest. Obviously, it's not that loud in the operating room, so I'm gonna do just a little sound. So something kind of in the ambient, because we don't really need to hear any of that. Okay. Perfect. Next one. Obviously, the heartbeat monitor. This thing's gonna be very handy. Okay, let's see. A little bit too loud. Okay, let's play again. Okay, not bad. So let's cut the rest. Next one. Let's hear this one. Let's see, what is this one? Okay, hospital bed. Perfect. So let's place this one somewhere over here, and we can probably cut it somewhere over here. That way sound appears to be very random. Now, one thing I'm not gonna do, because I record everything in mono, there's no point for me to play with the channels because you guys not gonna be able to hear it. So I'm kind of just leave it there. But if you want to do completely professional mixing, you should definitely be mixing in stereo or higher, and pan between channels left and right. That way it's more advanced. Okay, we can actually probably start this thing. Okay, like that. Again, let's drop the volume a little bit. Perfect, and then let's see, what's this one? Okay, hospital centrifuge. Okay, that's fine. We can start this one somewhere over here, and we can cut it. Again, creating just a bunch of different ambient sounds so everything floats better. Okay, I feel like this sound should come in a little bit later, like that. Okay, and a little bit faster. Okay, so now let's just dim the volume a little bit and play everything back. Let's see, let's go to the color, full screen, let's play it back. Perfect. Now we have a movie. So we done with the editing. That's the first part of this video. And now we're gonna start color grading. So I'm gonna bring this first clip over here. Operating room. I'm gonna loop it. Okay, and we're gonna be working with the raw. Now, I got a lot of people asking me, whoa, you always color grading raw? How about slog2 and blah blah blah? To me, it doesn't matter what I'm working with. As long as the material is shot properly, slog2 or 3 or 4 or whatever there is out there, it doesn't matter. I'll color grade exactly in the same way. So all of you guys who are asking those questions, that is nonsense. It is absolutely no difference what you're color grading. Yes, each of those have their own benefits and minuses, but in general, it's very same across the board, so it doesn't matter. So only thing I'm going to do here, I'm just going to do log 3G10, and that's it. From this point, it doesn't matter to me, it's raw or not. I'm basically working in a log image right now. So here we have surgery going on. Let me put it over here for you guys so you can see. Alright, so I kind of want to do a little bit interesting look. I don't want to just color it in standard Rec 709. I want to do a little bit more cinematic. So one thing that I'm going to do is create a new node, and I'm going to call this one saturation. And all I'm going to do in this one, I'm just going to bump saturation, okay? Now I'm going to do another node, and I'm going to do another, oops, AST, what am I talking about? Another saturation, and I'm going to bump another saturation, just like this. Perfect. Because I want to create a little bit interesting look, so I'm kind of going over the board a little bit. Now, if we're going to go to the vector scope, we can see what's going on better. So I'm going to do another node, and I'm going to call this one WB for white balance. And I'm simply going to adjust my white balance, kind of like that, actually. Okay, so something like this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to parade. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. And after that, I'm gonna start adjusting actual exposure. So what I'm gonna do is go a little bit down here with exposure, and I'm gonna give a little bit kind of a bump. So I like this. So let me label this EXP for exposure. Now I'm going to be working with a parallel. Let's see what I can do. I want to do a light. I want to relight a little bit, or I should just say modify light. So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to do just a very rough kind of a mask over here to mimic that it's all coming from that light. Okay, so something like that. I'm going to invert it, and I'm just going to bring everything else down. Okay, so I'm going to make it softer, and let's see. Okay, just like this. So this is going to be sort of general lighting. Now I'm going to go in a track, and I'm going to track this. It doesn't need to be perfect track, because viewer are not going to be able to tell, so don't waste your time making stuff like that perfect. For what I know, I could have just tracked it by hand, technically. Okay, I'm going to select this, Control-C, and Control-V, and we have exactly the same thing going on. However, I'm not going to dim anything. What I'm going to do in this one, I'm actually going to bump the light. Okay, right over here, I'm going to bump the exposure a little bit. That way, it looks like they're in the middle of it. It's focused right on them. Okay, so one thing that I don't want to do is to bump light in the shadows and all that. So I'm going to go into the qualifier and like this, make it softer, and I think like that looks good. Okay, perfect. So we're kind of getting there. So let's take a look really quick before and after. So we start getting into really interesting look right now. Now, let's see. Let me adjust this thing a little bit. All right, so now I want to do a little bit more of controlled contrast. Okay, so something like that. Perfect. Let me rearrange everything really quick. My biggest complaint with Davinci Resolve that it is very difficult working when you have a lot of nodes because there's not enough space. They need to come up with something a little bit better. Anyways, okay, let's do color, nodes, and let's click Alt-Y. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Too much stuff. So now we have RGB. Okay, and again, I'm gonna go to red channel. I'm gonna make image slightly a little bit more interesting. So I'm gonna go here, node sizing, and I'm just going to pan it just a tiny bit. Okay, and same probably with a green. So we kind of created a little bit chromatic aberration. So let me create a compound. Okay, label chroma, and I think that just gives a little bit interesting look. It's slightly unusual. So what we can do now, okay, let me put everything back, is to add a little bit of fog, not the fog, I'm sorry, glow. I'm going crazy over here. Okay, where's our glow? Okay, like that looks perfect. Let's see, spread. No, just like this. Threshold, maybe. Okay, let's check it out. Before and after. Okay. Let's make a little bit less. There we go, just a tiny bit. Alright, and I think that looks great. So now what we have to do, we need to now copy this grading into everything else. Okay? So we have another clip I need to color grade, and those clips basically the same, so no problems. Okay? So really quick on this one, let's apply our little grading. One thing I need to do again is to track the mask because we have different camera angle, and I think here is going to be just fine. Another light we kind of do over here, and again, don't waste your time, try to track it perfectly. I think it's like that is fine. So now we are working with this shot over here. So by default, what I'm gonna do, actually this one's better, I'm going to apply it, and here all these light nodes, I'm just gonna reset it really quick because we have no light going on. So exposure, let's go to exposure node, and let's see what's happening here with exposure. So I'm gonna bring a bit more. Okay, and everything obviously look a little bit too crazy. So now white balance, I'm gonna go into vector scope and I'm gonna check it out, this white balance compared to this one. So we can see that this one's sort of in the middle towards green and yellow, and this one is just all kind of like yellow. So again, what I'm gonna do is try to adjust this one a little bit, maybe like that. Okay, looks good. And I need to do a sneaky little another white balance somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna call this one skin because they kind of start looking weird a little bit. Okay, so with that skin, I think it looks better now. Okay, more human. At the same time, I really want to make sure it's only being applied to the warm part of the image. Okay, where the skin is. So let's see. So something like that. Let's make it softer. Okay. A little bit like this. Okay, now let's check it out. Before and after. Okay, and we can probably even do a blending between. So if I'm gonna crank it down a little bit, we can get perfect skin like this. Alright, so now, where's our patient? So our guy, let's see. So I'm guessing that's his feet. So yeah, he's not getting too much light. Okay, light-wise, everything is kind of correct. What I can do is add another node over here to mimic that there's more light coming in from the side. Okay, let's see. Just like that, just a little bump. Okay, perfect. And then with this one, I'm simply going to copy the grade and everything looks nice and cool. Alright, so let's go on the full screen really quick and check it out how everything looks. Okay, right here. Oops, I forgot to. It's looping. Alright, perfect. Love it. So here we have it from editing to color grading. And I'm going to do a little self-promotion here. If you don't want to do all those grading steps, check out my latest LUT for red camera. And it's basically IPP2 LUT I created that can get you very quickly nice cinematic image just with a couple clicks of a mouse. Here we have a little example. Basically looks very similar what we color graded. So thank you for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe and I will see you next time. Take care.